Good evening, freelancers. Welcome to another Anthem video. I'm PTT, and tonight we're going to be going over some of the information that just came out of the official Anthem livestream. So strap in and be prepared for some sweet ass information. Let's start off then with the main topic of the stream, legendary contracts. So we will start by stating a fact that legendary contracts are classified as endgame content, and from the footage we got to see tonight, well, they're not going to be easy. At least not to start with, that is. For reference purposes then, the footage playing in the background is from the aforementioned livestream and is a legendary contract being completed on hard difficulty on max level pilots with fairly good gear for their level. They have a few epic and masterworks equipped and still at points struggle to stay alive or put out considerable damage. So yeah, be warned guys, at least in the early stages of the game, legendary contracts won't be an easy task to complete. Next then, I feel the need to mention that legendary contracts are a replayable activity, but the devs didn't confirm how many times they can be completed in any given timescale. Whether or not these are locked to a weekly or daily reset remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure, they are a great source of loot. So during the live stream we got to hear from Ben Irving, but also from senior level designer Emily Taylor. Now Emily is the senior lead on various things inside of Anthem, but one of her biggest projects was working on legendary contracts, and she went on to give us a bit of the story surrounding the development process and how these particular activities will work. We found out that legendary contracts will be given to our pilots by one of the three faction heads in Fort Tarsis, and each one of their leaders will provide us with a different style of contract. Now, if you didn't know, the three factions in Fort Tarsis are the Freelancers, the Sentinels and the Arcanists. Each faction has its own goals and ideas, and the legendary contracts they will provide us with will steer us towards their particular goals and agenda. The idea behind all of this is that we get to delve a little deeper into the understanding and backstory of each faction, and this will help provide us with more of the story. As a little bit of a side note then, we did get to hear a little bit about the backstory of the Freelancers and the pillars of what they stand for in the world of Anthem, and this kind of information and story really is great to see, and the fact it is set aside from the main storyline is also something to be excited about. The fact that Anthem will use all of its activities to provide us with more story-driven content is definitely a nice touch, and I look forward to understanding all of the game's story and lore and passing it on to you guys in later videos. Now, back to the topic at hand then. To unlock legendary contracts, you will first need to complete the critical storyline for the game and finish the story for each of the faction leaders. This will then unlock a normal contract for one of the leaders, and upon completion you will then be asked to take on the legendary contracts. Now, how does a legendary contract work? Well, simply put, they are tiered missions that get harder as you complete each objective. The contract we watched tonight saw the team take on a legendary Ursix in the first encounter, some legendary Ash Brutes in the second encounter, and finally they had to take on and defeat 3 elite lesser Ash Titans, all I may add while also trying to collect and silence a Shaper relic. Now this may not sound that intense, but trust me guys, it really was. Even sitting in my chair just watching the devs play got me a little bit worked up and worried at just how difficult these may become, especially when we start to hit the ranks of Grandmaster 1, 2 and 3. Now, sadly they didn't show off the after action report after they completed the encounter, so what you actually get as a mission reward remains unknown. But what we do know is that loot can rain from the heavens in activity like this. As Ben showed off at the end of the stream, he did manage to get 1 masterwork drop, 9 epic drops and 3 uncommon drops, all for about 15 to 20 minutes of work. Now, in my personal opinion, that's not a bad loot haul for such a short time commitment. Now, I would like to know just how many times we can complete activities like this in a set timescale, but as I said before, they didn't mention this, so we will have to wait and see. But what I can say is that the more I watch of Anthem, the more excited I get, and the quicker I want the days to pass until we can hop in and start grinding. Now, there were a fair few other topics and things that came out of tonight's livestream, but I want to keep this video to just this one topic, so I will put everything else we found out tonight into a separate video in the coming days. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic in the comment section below, so make sure to get typing and let me know what you think. One thing I would love to hear about from you guys is if you did in fact watch the live stream yourself, what did you think of the end battle with the Ash Titan? As always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Hopefully you found it helpful and informative. Stay tuned for plenty more Anthem videos coming your way very soon, as we are only a few days away now from the VIP demo. Have a great night guys, and until the next one, I'll catch you all soon.